Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Curtin here, the D.B.A.B podcast. Yes, I sound absolutely
We should have had someone else do the
fantastic.
intro.
It's
Well, we
a
can
walker.
we can go
It's a
back.
walker. Curvin.
Hey,
Curvin.
got the black look about.
Sounds like he just
Cancel. We'll get someone else
sounds
to
like
do the intro.
sounds
all
like
right,
he
all right,
just
all right.
he just smoked 5 packs before we got started.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Hell,
All right, hold on, hold on.
Rupert, come here to the back room. We got
Yeah.
some
All right, all
coffee
right,
back
all right,
here for you,
all right.
Rupert.
Everybody, get
Welcome,
quiet.
America.
Everybody, get quiet. I'm gonna give Jack a countdown, 3-second countdown, and
Oh, we're gonna
Jack is
cut
gonna
this off.
restart the show. Okay, everybody, get real
You
quiet.
can't restart that.
Shut up. We're doing it right now. Ready?
He's gonna cut this shit out.
He's not gonna cut shit out of anything.
Yo, what it do? It's the DBAB podcast. It's me, Cletus, Joshua, and Benny the Blaize tonight. We got a good show for you. Good stuff in tape. Cletus is going to make fun of our picks that we picked from last week. And they're going to make fun of Josh's intro. I hope you get to hear it. I hope he doesn't cut it out. It sounds like he had 10 packs a day, baby. But we're glad you're here. Let's get this thing rolling. What you got? What you got for us, Josh?
First off, y'all know I don't know how to do shit with this editing thing, and to the listeners, I apologize. I do not smoke. Coming out of a sickness that's going around,
Right.
so I sound like shit, right? Just like how I look, you know what I mean?
You got
But
the face for radio, baby.
yeah, you know what I mean. Face for radio, voice for mute TV. It's great, you know what I mean. So it's good times here. But anyways. As always, fellas, it's a pleasure to be on the show with you every week. Remember, you can find the DBAB podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. We're also on YouTube and X. Right, so go down, go listen, go download, go
1X.
listen to us. Yeah, just 1X, all that kind of stuff. If you go 2 more X's, you might find Mr. Blaize here on some other type of video show. But anywho,
Who knew?
who knew? I don't know, man. But anyways, got some great stuff tonight for us. A little bit of a recap from last week's AFC and NFC championship conference championship games in NFL. Looking at the picks we made, kind of give some recaps from our opinions about those 2 games. The Chiefs and the Ravens, and then the Lions and the 49ers. And then, of course, tomorrow, the big day throughout the state of Texas for football with realignment. So interested to see how all that shakes out, see where we go. It should be a lot of fun stuff. Hoping our predictions come true. Hoping we get to
Yes,
avoid
they
this
do.
school, that school, all that kind of stuff. And then lastly, just to kind of get y'all's feedback, if you will. But Fridays is the day that we try to bring in kids, mandatory, non-mandatory wise, whatever. But like, I was asked to give a presentation on leadership, right, to our kids, to kind of help guide them, all that stuff. So just to kind of bounce that off you guys and kind of get ideas. Obviously, we all have our opinions and stuff, but it's always great to hear y'all's or whatnot in terms of things to include, how to simplify it, what I mean, all that kind of stuff. So we'll get there at the end or whatnot. But again, pleasure to have y'all here. So
Well, let's get it rolling, Cletus. You've been busting our chops before the show even got on. What do you overall, before Josh gives us the points and things of our takes, how good were some of our picks last week, big guy?
They were shitty.
Damn it.
They were really shitty. Josh's picks for me were awful.
you were 1-1 in my pick, so you're welcome. You didn't
I
go.
was 1-1. I would have gone 2-0 if I was picking, but
Oh, is that right? Let's see yours pick then. What would you done?
Yeah, who are you?
The thing was Niners and Lions by a little or a lot. Little was 3 points or less, and a lot was 6 points and less.
right.
And
I thought it was 4.
4, yes, 4 points and more.
Come on.
What'd you
now.
got? What were your pick? You can't go back in time, but let's hear what you would have said.
I would have said Lions by a little if with the Lions pick because big Dan Campbell fan, let him hang Dan.
Yeah.
Um,
Kick one. That's all I'm gonna
but
say.
Save it.
my thing is that's what they do all year. So why change what you
I
do?
get you. I get you,
But
but you kick
but
one,
I
it's a
get it.
different scenario. Different.
Yeah,
Niners are playing a different game.
100%.
Yep.
And you could also argue if you just answer one of those scores, it's a different game
Yeah.
instead of fumble but I digress.
You digress. And your
We'll
other one?
talk about that.
My other one was going to be Chiefs by a little. Even though I'm not, I like Travis Kelsey, like Andy Reid.
You like Travis. You just don't like the Taylor Swift stuff. Sorry, Swifties. Okay.
Yeah.
Cleet
Then
Knippa is not a Taylor Swift fan.
yeah, I am not, and it's sad that she has to chase his clout to.
you know,
I, I,
this is
I,
this is
I told Alexis that, and she goes, "Who?" I go, "Yes." It's sad that she has to chase Travis Kelsey's clout to get famous.
this is my thing. He
She's a
literally
big
broke a record
Swift.
in postseason success for receptions. He broke the great Jerry Rice's receptions.
Yep.
So we can sit here and say Taylor Swift helped Travis. BS. Travis Kelsey was his own dude before she came along, and he's going to be his own dude even when she's after this card because he just broke a record by one of the greatest receivers of all time.
Yeah. And him and Mahomes have been playing better
And
every week.
yeah, so I agree with Clout right there. Cletus, you're on a good take right there. Good take to the day for Cleet.
Big again, big Andy Reid fan, so I like Coach Reid, what he does, what he's done. I mean, I know people consider Bill Belichick one of the greatest coaches of all time, but in my opinion, my humble opinion, I think Andy Reid is that he's there just because of what he's done, what he's accomplished
With two
in
teams.
his career. Well, even if you go back to when he was like the quarterbacks coach and tight ends coach at Green Bay,
I agree.
He won himself a ring with Favre at Green Bay with Holmgren,
I agree.
and so But yes, Coach Reid, big fan of Andy Reid, and so I like everything he does offensively. He's really innovative when nowadays it's really hard for people. It seems like to be innovative.
Agreed. All right. Well, all right, Josh. Okay. Let's hear the point. Let's see who won last week.
All right. So, the biggest thing, which was kind of funny, going back and looking through them, was that, obviously we picked a team, we picked if the game was going to be close or not, and then we all kind of had like a third little side bet with the over under, right?
Yeah.
And like,
Hey, by the way, who was it? Was it Benny not knowing what over and under was?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
get him, get him.
Well, it's bad. It's bad. My degenerate gambling herself. I was like, really, Benny? You don't know what a freaking over under is?
Get him. That's all you're gonna
the
give him. Well, come on, Cleet.
Yeah.
Let it rip, potato chip.
Well,
come on.
over under total points, and are they giving them 5 or? I mean,
Oh no, I've never been good at that.
I love that stuff. Like, but again,
He's letting him off the hook.
I'm a degenerate.
I know.
I'm a degenerate.
He had a big old fish, and he let him off the hook.
I know if his name was Benjamin Curtin, he would have roasted his ass to Kingdom Come.
Gotta have it, BK.
All right, Curtin, come on now.
Anyways, let's go through. So Kansas City, Baltimore, Blaize, Jack, and Cobb picked the Chiefs.
Yes.
Fleet would have picked the. Obviously, there. I picked wrong for it.
I told you what I was gonna pick. Yeah, slap ass.
Y'all all said, all the people that picked the Chiefs said it was gonna be a close game, which it wasn't because they won by 7. So
Yeah,
it was a close game.
So they won last.
That game.
Yes.
That
3 was like 3 or less close game, 4 or more big margin.
That game was crazy. I started rewatching some of it before the show.
Yeah.
And I forgot. Kansas City scores, then the freaking Ravens score quick
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
after they.
it was interesting. The Chiefs gave the Ravens a taste of their own medicine that first drive. Like a
That
15
bully
play that 15 play
bully
drive,
ball.
9 minutes on the clock drive and score. I was like, dang, no one's done that to the Ravens. Like the Ravens were the team doing that to people, and the Chiefs just come out and do it. And 5, 6 plays, the Ravens go down and score. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, it might be a shootout, but you can't. It's hard to win playoff football games with 3 turnovers. It
Huh.
and it was really hard for them to come back from those turnovers. And then the bonehead mistakes,
especially
being
like
self being
e-
selfish.
Yeah.
especially like when all those things occur, like the turnovers, especially like the last two turnovers, like one, you're literally about to score and you fumble into the end zone. Like that score, I think would have tied the game up on that point. You know what I mean? Like because like the Chiefs went up early
Yep.
and then like had to hold on. They held
Hmm.
on for dear life, uh, all that kind of stuff, and then they fumble there, and then later they get another drive where Lamar's driving them down the field, and then for some reason it gets locked on to Likely, throws into triple coverage. It's like the easiest pick to
Yep.
basically seal the game, but
I
all that
agree.
stuff. Talk about a ballsy call from Reed though on was it 3rd and 9,
Yeah.
throwing it up the old was it
Man, that bad is Scantly, baby.
yeah,
Redemption time.
I,
Redemption time in Kansas City. I do think it was Cinderella stories type stuff. Where I did remember telling before the playoffs started, I told old Benny Curtin up there at the top that I think it's kind of all year long. The Kansas City defense has been keeping them in ball games, and their offense hasn't figured it out yet. Well, I think their offense has got them in games, and their defense has finished it.
finish it. Amen.
Has finished it, and that to me is scary if you're the Niners because the Niners haven't been able to put a full quarters together to beat a
Wow.
team. Like beat 4 quarters and play their best brand of football. They have to come back at third and fourth quarter and come back and win. So it's going to be a really good game. So what's the next one, Josh? What do you got?
The next side, obviously, was the 49ers in Detroit. We all know that the final was 34-31. So that late touchdown by the Lions hurt some people. But most of us picked the under, which was wrong. The over under was 53.5. A lot of us went under. The total final was 65. Uh, anyway, so Blaize went 2-0. He picked the 49ers. Dobbs, also 2-0. He picked the 49ers. Jack, you split. Uh, the line should have won. We'll talk about it in a second. Adam split. Cletus split. And then I
Don't put Cletus on there. He's mad.
whatever. But he should have showed up to the show, damn it. So,
Damn.
but for the most part, we did all right. We Nobody really was good on the close or not close game or over under, but at least we got the teams right for the most part. So
Good job, people. Proud of you.
now next week when we record again, we'll have our Super Bowl predictions and we'll go all out. Benny will be a little bit more up to date, so we can do lines, we can do over and unders, we can get
The little bit is 2 points and the bunch of points is 3.
yeah. We're gonna go who's gonna win the coin toss,
Yeah.
how long the national anthem goes for.
How many
Who's gonna
times they
burn
show celebrities? How many times they show
nachos?
Taylor?
Yeah, how many times they show Taylor Swift? How many commercials are going to be with Travis Mahomes in there?
My auto.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be
Mahomes,
great.
my auto.
And the best commercial. Who makes the best commercial? That'd be a good one.
That's coming.
Bud White. The king of beers.
I hope there's some because they've
Oh,
been.
Apparently they've been
Hey,
they were
there's
hyping
gonna
him
be
up on the
another
AFC
one
Championship.
where we all start grabbing for our remote and we're like, what the fuck's going on with our TV? Sorry, America. What's going on with our TV? And it's like,
Yep.
I
Benny fell
can't.
for it.
I did. Me and Cody looked at each other and we're like, what? What's going on? Oh, that's bullshit, dog.
Oh wow, got him,
Got
got him,
him. Yes, you did.
ladies and gentlemen, got him. But anyways, gentlemen, so obviously that was a recap of what we talked about last week, but we've already kind of talked about the AFC Championship game, right? Um, in terms of how it broke down, we can all agree that the Chiefs early in the year looked like a mess throughout the regular season. People questioned them. The whole Kelsey Swift thing popped up. A lot of people thought it was a distraction. Um,
Well, hell, wasn't it
yeah,
this year with like Travis? He couldn't catch a cold in the freaking winter.
like he
Like
was
he had
having
the
problems.
drops
So
bad.
it's the vaccine. That's why.
Yeah.
Vaccine.
Now we're getting all political here now,
I didn't get political.
but
Let's cover two credit again.
no, but again, like obviously he had problems. The other receivers had problems. Like I think they lost the game or two because they had receivers with drops. They had the
Hmm.
whole incident with Tony lining up off sides, losing to the Bills. You know what I mean? So all this stuff that went on, and then the playoffs come, and it's like a flip was switched. You know what I mean? Like you can tell that these
I guess
guys they have been here and they know how to win when it gets to postseason football. You know what I mean? Now the only difference this year compared to previous seasons that they've had to go on the road and do all. You know what I mean? Like which has been even more impressive. They've had to go to uh, who was the first game they played? No, excuse me, they got to host Miami, but then they got to play at
Yeah.
Buffalo, and then of course and Baltimore, like are two difficult places to play. Uh, excuse me, but you know, Mahomes is figuring it out. Kelsey has been hot. I think they're kind of starting to
Yep.
rekindle their flame. But when you kind of watch them, it's a similar relationship those two have compared to when Gronk and Brady were going through their heyday. You know what I mean? Like whenever Kelsey or whenever Brady needed an out or somebody to go to, it was always Gronk. You know what I mean? So
Yep. I
Mahomes
agree.
and Kelsey is the same thing. Like from the game, like one of the craziest plays is like Mahomes back there. He's running around trying to keep the play alive. I think they tallied it later. Is like he had the ball for like 9 seconds. Then he like threw it up, and Kelsey made a diving catch. You know what I mean on for a first down or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's good. And of course, like Jack said, their defense is with Spagnola back there. Again leading the charge, but they just turned that. They've been playing great all year, and in the playoffs they just turned that shit up. Made Lamar Jackson look not like an MVP candidate, but
Look like 2019 Lamar.
yeah, I thought overall the Ravens were compared to where we've seen them early this year. I thought they were very poor performance wise. You know,
I would agree with that. But you can't. It's hard to win a football game when you have three turnovers.
amen. I do. I agree.
Very, very.
We could
Especially when
we
you
could
turn.
sit here. We could sit here and talk about Patrick Mahomes getting away with murder and referees, but you can't. You turn over three times. It's hard to beat a team that's playing really good football on the other side.
You
Like
don't
think.
deserve to. You don't
Yeah, I
deserve to
mean,
win if
even
you
even
turn the
even
ball
think
over three
about
times.
even the Lions had a huge turnover to get the Niners back in the game, and that was a. I mean, going for it on fourth down, they get the first one, they go down and score, then they stop them again and get the fumble, and then they score again to get back in the game. So turnovers don't win you ball. It's not very often that you get a turnover and you still win the game. Brock Purdy had a turnover and they still won the game. So there's one instance, but his was like it, it was when everything and anything that could go wrong for the Niners went wrong.
Yeah,
Murphy's
and
law.
yeah, and we all we can all attest to it that sometimes you can have a turnover during a game and you're able to kind of live through it, get over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Depending on where it's at and what side of the game. But then there's sometimes where you just get that back breaking turnover. Just
Jeez.
completely takes momentum. Like Jack alluding to in the 49ers Lions game. Like okay, so yes, they don't got it in fourth down. The guy dropped it. Should have caught it. Convert right. They drive down the 49ers and score and make it a one score game.
Hmm.
Lions have a chance. Get the ball back. They could have hypothetically driven down and answered the score, and it's a different game. First
Yep.
play, Gibbs fumbles. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
like, You know what I mean? Like that turnover for me obviously was the, just where the game flipped and never went back to the Lions side.
Agreed.
Uh,
I agree with that.
but it's same like the Ravens game. Like when Flowers fumbles into the end zone for a
Oh yeah,
touchback,
yeah.
like that flipped the game. Like they had a chance later on to go down there and score, but like you know
I
if the
agree.
Ravens score that, tie the game up, whatever, it could be a completely you know obviously it'd be different. Uh,
I agree. Agree. This is overall, I would say that this is probably it was a really good championship weekend, one that we don't haven't seen in a while. I think like last year, the Philly and Niner game wasn't as entertaining as the Chiefs and Bengals game or Bills, whoever it was last year. I can't remember. But how this is interesting. The guy's been a starting quarterback for 6 years. This is his worst year offensively, and they're still in the Super Bowl. Someone mentioned it on one of the uh, ESPN shows, and that was saying like, back in the day, the NBA in the East had to go through MJ, right?
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, and he goes now the
Some
NFL in
it's
the
going through Patrick
AFC has
Mahomes.
to go through Patrick Mahomes, and it goes you can have the best team in the world, but you got to get through Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Yeah,
And it's like
it's
you
like
can
there's
hate
gonna be.
it, but you have to respect it because they've done it 6 times in a row.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sounds like
there's like a tweet where it was like, yeah, there's gonna be so many like Hall of Fame quarterbacks that don't have Super Bowls because of Patrick Mahomes.
Yep, yep,
well, it's just like I think that
sounds familiar.
it's always, but it's been the
yep.
same
Sorry, Dan.
story. It's like
Tom
the
Brady.
same story, for a lot of major sports. You know what I mean? Like when MJ, before MJ and all, what I mean? Like when they had the Showtime Lakers were going running the
Yeah,
course and all that stuff. When MJ
Well,
was running the course, you know what I mean? Like a little bit when
well,
Kobe
shoot.
was running the case.
I,
yep,
I was gonna say post Jordan.
yeah. Kobe.
The Western Conference. If you want the Spurs or the Spurs or the Lakers,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
mean,
if you weren't
Yep.
from California or Texas, you weren't making the NBA championship for about 15 years.
Yes, that's true.
yeah,
I mean,
Shout out
and me
Lakers,
and
Spurs, and Mavericks, baby.
and me and Jack talked about this. We've talked about this before, Jack. If it
Yep.
wasn't for the Tim Duncan Spurs or the Kobe Bryant Lakers,
Yeah.
Dirk may have 5 rings
Yes. Definitely. Agreed.
instead of what, two,
Yeah. No,
one,
one. Dirk has
one. I'm
one.
sorry,
Yeah, it's like he
my
went
fault.
twice. He
But
should
one,
have two.
yes.
He should have
So
two. Shut up,
right,
Josh. He should have two.
but we but we've talked about before of you know Dirk being as great as he is, he had to deal with the Tim Duncan Spurs and the
Yeah.
Kobe Lakers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Agreed.
But like I said, like you can find. It's funny how like Cletus and I talk, and you can just tell like, yeah, we just went through a pack before the show here, but like you can find that, and another big example of that too, like y'all alluding to is football. Like, Mahomes is in is his era now of dominating the league, to where guys like Josh Allen and Herbert and Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson and all these guys that are great quarterbacks are not going to ever probably have a chance to go compete for a Super Bowl because they can never get over the hump of the Kansas City Chiefs. And then prior to that, you had Tom Brady and the Patriots dominate so long that it was
The the
you know
Manning
that
Colts
Yeah.
yeah, like Manning was like
for a
but
while.
Manning, I felt like Manning was the only quarterback that could like break through the Tom Brady shield every once in a
Yeah. I agree with that.
Right. But
while. And then before Brady was Aikman a little bit, and then you had Montana, Steve Young, Montana, uh, and of course all them people. But
Agreed.
recently we've seen more of a, I would say, like the two recent, like Brady and Mahomes, have been a dominance that hasn't been seen in the sport probably ever. You know what I mean? Like some of the
Mm,
old time greats dominated, but they probably dominated maybe on a 5 year window, give or take.
yeah.
When y'all agree, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a 5 year
yeah,
window, but like nobody dominated like Brady. You know what I mean? Obviously, he was almost a decade of playing in the Super Bowl. And then you got Mahomes now, who's 6 for 6 in uh AFC Championship conference appearances. He's going to his fourth Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Dude's 28.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
what's up, Adam?
I didn't realize he was. I didn't realize he was only 28
Yep.
until the other day when they were watching. I'm like, oh shit! I forget he's only been in the league like what was it
7 years.
7 years? Yeah.
Yep. It's a very interesting take. It's like we didn't respect the Lakers when they were good and Kobe in their era. We didn't respect um, the Pistons when they were those 3 years where they were dominant. We didn't respect Tom Brady until it was over. We're like, I'm tired of these guys, but right now we're watching a great team and we're watching a great franchise do what they do. And it's cool to see. Like, it's like, think about this, like the Niners have been to four NFC championships, 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years, and can't win. They haven't won. They haven't beat the Chiefs. They would be another team that we'd be like, whoa, that's a great team that can never get over the thing. Like New York or the New Jersey Nets always were dominant in the East, and they met the Lakers and could never do it.
Well, shit, the Buffalo Bills in the 90s.
Yep.
What was it four Super Bowls in a row?
Yeah, 4 falls of Buffalo.
Four Super Bowls in a row, and
They weren't even good games though.
Right, they were all blowouts, weren't they?
Yeah, like
They got blown up by the 49ers and Cowboys.
Cowboys are 2 of them, I think. But that's like,
Yeah.
Come on, we have to respect it. The only thing I don't like, we root for Patrick Mahomes. We like Patrick Mahomes. We root for the Chiefs, Andy Reid, and that organization. But the one thing I'm tired of seeing is the Taylor Swift stuff. Because the Chiefs have been doing this before Taylor Swift got there, and they're going to do it after she's gone if she doesn't stick around for the life or whatever. But that's one thing that is frustrating me is because you don't have to pan on her. Like, I get what you're doing in NFL, and it's good for business. It's popping. Like, made the AFC Championship the most watched AFC Championship in NFL history. We get
Swifties.
it. We get it.
The damn Swifties.
We get it. All right.
But unfortunately, it's the world we live in right now.
Yes, it is. Most views wins. Hence why the Peacock is about, like, the thing with the Peacock was a trial and error. And I think it worked out for the best. And it won't be it will be a year or two. Super Bowl will be on pay-per-view or streaming service that people got to pay for. Yeah, I'm dead serious. If you bought Peacock, that's what's going to happen.
No. Yeah. I was like, oh well.
But what do you got, Adam? What's up in your world, big guy? We talking about the Chiefies right now. We know you're not a fan of the Chiefies. You always count them out, my man.
I mean, the Chiefs to me are just like you brought up the Patriots of that day and age. I'm not a Patriots fan, but I'm a Tom Brady fan. So, you got to love it. But at the same time, it's like now they're the villain of the NFL because everybody doesn't want them to succeed. But yet they're going to succeed and everybody knows it. I mean, they're going to get themselves another one. The 49ers choke every time it matters.
Oh, there's his pick, Josh. Write it down. He's already made his pick for next week. That was next week's show, but Adam already came in and jumped in and picked.
He was like,
it doesn't even matter. I mean, I'm not going to say the 49ers aren't going to perform, but I just don't think it's going to matter. The Chiefs have put together a great back half of the season, and they always turn it on in the playoffs, always. Like, it was ludicrous to me that anybody even counted them out, even though the Ravens are the Ravens. The Ravens prove nothing to nobody besides regular season every year.
Yep,
that's a good point.
The 49ers at least get close to getting there. So, I mean, them being there kind of is deserved. But the Lions should have been there rightfully. But that was kind of that's a shiny lights moment. I mean, I respect the coach for going for it on 4th down because that's what he did all season. Why change it now? It worked for him. Why you got to change it? You play aggressive, you stay aggressive. You win aggressive, you lose aggressive. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a funny tweet. You guys will get a kick out of this. I think I sent it to Josh. It said, coming from a Falcons fan, Detroit, it's harder to be back than you think. I said, you got a
Coming
point.
from a who fan?
Falcons.
Oh yeah. Good luck.
That's, I mean, and he even said it in one of his press conferences at the end of the year. He goes, this was our best shot of the Super Bowl.
We're not
it's
going
really
to
hard
sneak
to
up
come
on
back.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's hard to maintain that once you get there.
I mean, they
Yep.
might get close, but yeah, I mean, this was their best case scenario. They were the underdog going into the whole season, won division, had the bye week.
Yep.
Oh, they played the wild card to beat the Rams.
Oh yeah, the wild card. My bad, but they won their division.
Hannah.
Can they hear me?
They saw you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
They can hear you.
Let us know something
What are these faces?
of the year.
She said, Josh, what are you doing flossing your teeth on the show? And Benny, what are you doing with your faces? Are you making faces at the boys here?
Okay, wait. This is Vinny. He's like.
Josh is flossing his teeth, and she said Adam looks like the guy
you
from.
can only see half of him.
Oh yeah, it's because my chair is really low.
Finally, Knippa's the only real looking one.
Oh.
But Clint looks like he's about to go buff diving down there, man.
Oh, don't be trying to trail back to Cletus now. She said the only real looking one is Cletus, and then you're trying to knock him down to earth.
Oh, I want a real looking one.
You started. You could have made fun of Benny earlier, but now you're gonna make fun of Josh. Come on,
Look at Benny.
Benny, what?
This is a lot. Like, what are we doing? Why are we not all like this?
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thanks for our special guest. She's not a viewer or a listener. She just listens on Wednesday nights when we do this.
First time listener, first time caller.
She says she hears the whole thing. She don't have to listen again.
But it helps the viewers.
It helps the viewership, Hannah Rose.
Subscribe, resubscribe. Subscribe.
All right, well, let's we'll go.
Take us from 0 to 1.
Yeah, well done,
Yeah.
Hannah. We were getting a good vibe and flow to things, and then here comes Hannah.
Well, Jack,
That was our commercial break. That was our time to. That was our time to acknowledge our sponsorships.
Jack? No lights. Anyone being the light out there in America?
Yeah. So any light, a good piggyback here, Benny. So yeah, we'll have some few lights. I will say there was a light this morning. We have our good meetings and all that about certain things, and
morning meetings.
Yeah. So we had a meeting, and they were talking about their strengths and weaknesses about something. And one of the guys asked me, he goes, "Man, I really wanted to hear your strength." And I said, "No, you don't. I'm a jerk." But anyway, that's when I asked my boy up there what my strength was, and I said optimism. But off on my track, we'll go here. I will say this. On last Friday night, shout out to our listener. He's a listener, frequent listener, has questions, and he talks about us all the time. Shout out to him. This is his Be the Light moment.
Let's go.
They had a crazy event happen to him at a game. He's a coach here with me. And he had a crazy event happen. And him being cool, calm, collective, cool hand Luke, does what he does best as a coach, took care of business, and didn't even function away. Had a kid have an incident that wasn't what anyone wants to hear or dream of. He takes care of it. Him and the trainer do a great job and knock this out. No issues. They fix everything. Save. Make everything feel better. If you're familiar with the weather here last Friday, it was rainy and cold. Wasn't a good situation for the kid, but they made it the best opportunity they could. They were there for the kid, and the kid got better. So their light moment was saving this kid. I'm not going to go to the details of all the stuff that happened, but they saved this kid, and they got an email from the parent of this kid, and said they appreciated everything they've done for this program and for their kid on this crazy Friday night. Uh, so that's a more that was a light moment for me, saying like, hey, there's some coaches out there that are doing it for the right reason, and if they understood emergency action plans and knew how things flew, that took care of business. So that was the be the light moment out there. Shout out to shout out to our coach and trainer. Not going to name drop. They know who they are. Shout out to you for
No
being a light
names.
out there.
That's
So good
fire.
job.
Big
And
time.
before you get to your big be the light moment, I was asked a question yesterday that has been like trickling in my head, and I want all four of you jabronis to answer this question. All right, this hint. These are college kids I was talking to. I was talking to this college kid yesterday. He comes up to me and he goes, "So, if you could give one piece of advice to someone that is getting into the education field, I can't. You can't say don't. Okay, if you can give to one person advice of how to get in why to get in the education field, what would be your one piece of advice?"
Team player for me.
Oh,
Team player does not mean doormat, right? I
yeah,
think like that's a big thing, right? So
yeah,
like we've all heard, oh, it's for the kids, all for the kids, and all of a sudden your neck's out there and you're about to get chopped, right? Because at the end of the day, it's still a business. So like my experience for me, like being a team player and all that, like yeah, we do this for kids. Like we can be a team player, right? But that doesn't mean a doormat. Like sometimes you do have to like do what's best for you, right? Despite like what the situation is, because people will definitely, oh, it's for the kids and it's for this, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, remember we did that for the kids, and they're like, well, right? And
yeah,
so you end up kind of in some situations you wouldn't think you're in, right? Because it went from being about kids to about business.
yeah.
So you just gotta do business as business is being done.
Understand that. What do you got, Adam? How
I
would you
mean,
answer that?
uh,
You've seen teachers. You're affiliated with teachers.
yeah, I
What would be
can't.
your one advice? What would be one?
Uh,
Okay, one word advice for someone that you
one
say
one
like
word advice.
no one piece advice,
Oh,
not
one
word.
piece. I would. I'd probably just say. I mean, gosh, I don't know. That one's tough. I've never been interested in the educational field. I know that there's a lot of people that impact. I guess, in a one short answer is like the impact you have on people. Because even to this day, everybody in here can remember one coach, teacher, principal, whatever they had that made them to be or want to go into the education, whatever the case may be. I would just say the impact you make on somebody.
Yep, impact. All right, Cletus. Actually, hold. I'm gonna hold off on yours because I want to.
Oh,
Let's go to Joshua. Joshua, if you could
oh,
give one piece of advice to a kid that is getting it done with going to start his clinical and becoming a teacher, what would be your advice to that student?
this is excuse me. Uh, this is such a great question,
It,
and it's kind of
it
hard.
blew me away.
It's hard to narrow it down to one. Obviously, Benny had a great answer. I was thinking kind of the same along something like what Adam said as well in terms of being also understanding that you're going to leave an impact on the kid, whether it's good or bad. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know. For me, my one thing like that it's kind of like a mantle for me, like as a coach and educator, it's always just being true to who you are, being real. You know what I mean? Like I tell my kids all the time, and I've been fortunate to have seniors, but like when I get in the room, I'm just straight up honest with them. You know what I mean? Like I don't try to sugarcoat nothing. I tell them how it is because I'm trying to prepare them for what's next when they walk out those doors for the last time, and that's the real world is not sugar coated. So
Facts.
and the same thing for coaching. I just be real with them. You know what I mean? Like uh, the more they hear it, the more they can adjust to it and be prepared for it. So when we all know the type of society that we live in nowadays, to where it's all participation trophies and everybody gets buttered up, and then when they get smacked with reality, they don't know how to react. So for me, it's just, especially in education nowadays, there needs to be more realness set in, and I think that applies top down. You know what I mean?
So you're saying
Admin
be
to the kid.
authentic.
Yeah, for sure. Be authentic. Be true to yourself. All that kind of stuff. So
All right, the man, the myth, the legend. Let's hear it, Cletus. If you could give one piece of advice to someone that's going into the education field, what would you tell them?
Know your why. Know
Know
the
your
why.
why.
Know your why, because
Yeah.
you can be doing
that's a
a
good one.
lot of a lot. You can be doing a lot of things and make a lot more money than what
Yep.
we do. It's a service um, profession. You're always being a servant leader to people,
Mhm.
and you just got to know why. You got to always remember why you're doing it. In the it's and understand it's a 30, 40, 50 year profession relationship, not a 4 year relationship or a 6 year relationship you're building with those kids
Yep.
and those people. And and I've seen it firsthand with my dad. And you know those guys who are 45 years old come over to the house and bring their son and daughter over there, and introduce them to my dad and say, this is Coach Canepa.
Yeah.
And seeing the kids I've coached in the past, and being called coach. You say all the time, Jack. That's one of the greatest titles you can ever have, is being called coach. But I would say just know your why. Why?
Why?
No, understanding what your why you get into what the education, and understand that it's not always going to be. Friday nights are awesome, but it's
I'm not worried about
that's
it.
just
Part of it.
yeah, that's just the icing on the cake sometimes for us is Friday nights. It's not the other 99% of what we do.
Yeah. Yes,
Amen.
sir.
Amen. Talk about
That's a
Jack. Talk about a tough question, Jack, but having four four good answers, and then of course that fourth one being uh left last but not
yeah.
least, Cletus. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
All
That's a
all
good one,
y'all's good.
Cletus.
Benny's, I thought you were good. Adam, I thought you were good. Cletus, I thought you were good. Uh, but
Yeah. Know your
shout
why.
out, shout
So
out,
if
fellas. All right, Jack. Let's
educators out there. Oh, you put me on.
Yeah, Jack. What?
All
Okay,
right.
so when he asked you, what did you say initially, and then what would you say if you had a little bit more time to think about it, like we did?
I don't think I needed any more time to think about it. I already had my answer. Um, I say it all the time. Being called coach is an honor, privilege I don't take for granted. It means the absolute world to me. Building relationships and being this. But this was what I told this young man that asked me the question. I said, "Be that teacher and coach that you wanted as a child."
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Amen.
told that. That's what I told him. And he looks at me and goes, I said, because the reason you're looking in the education field is because of that teacher and coach. So be
Amen.
that teacher and coach for the next teacher and coach that's getting in that field. And
Boom. I wish I had a boom button. That's pretty dope. Too.
and like I've always said it, being a coach is an honor, man. I don't take it for granted. It means the absolute world to me. Um, it has its perks, it has its advantages, and it's also when coaches get a bad rep for not for saying, "Oh, they're going to wear sweatpants, and not do what they're supposed to in the classroom." False. There's some out there, but there's someone that do the right way. Shout out to those guys I mentioned earlier and Be the Light Moment. They did it the right way. There's some coaches out there that have been doing it for 50 years, that have done it the right way for 50 years, and people can make and relate and bring their families and me one day. You know, so it's that was my answer to the kid was be that coach and teacher that you wanted as a child, and that I mean that nailed. I was like that. That's it. Just like that moment was like, I knew this question was coming, but I didn't know it would be this moment because it was the last person we saw that day. And they asked me what another question was what is the best thing about being a coach? And we could talk that for another hour or so, but it is we're all in it for the right reasons, and that's why we talk to each other. Huh?
I think like one of them is like this, like okay, like I and like we saw this at like the DFW clinic, Jack. Like it was like, oh, do you know Benny Blaze? Yeah, I know Benny Blaze. Like we worked like we didn't work together, but we worked at a town that was close. Oh, how do I
Yeah,
know you? Through Cobbs. How do I know Kurt? I know Kurt through you, right?
yeah,
How
yeah,
did I meet your brother that I've seen for the first time, right? Since being
yeah,
on the pod,
yeah,
right? And so like there's that, but then it's also like yes, like you like I've got been fortunate to work at like 4 different schools. So like the first school I worked at, like those kids are like getting older and like 23, 24-year-old Coach Blaize is a whole lot different than 32-year-old Coach Blaize, right? And so
yeah,
like looking back
Yeah.
on it's like it's like
Yeah.
yeah.
man, right? We were
Feel
growing up
you feel bad for those. Sometimes you feel bad for
yes.
those kids because you got goddamn.
You're,
I didn't know shit at all,
I didn't
and
know
I was just
anything. Like
I was faking it until I made it.
I would say like we're like basically like we're growing up together. Like I would like for the first like couple years, like well you hear like the professional like football players say that like he's a professional, like he's done it the right way, right?
Yeah,
Like I would feel
yeah,
like that's how I felt as like a first year teacher coach. Like I was not necessarily a professional. Like yes, I was really good at coaching football, right? But like
yeah,
not necessarily a professional. Like now I know how to navigate those things again and whatever. And
yes,
obviously
yes,
still really kind of good at coaching football.
yeah,
But like I would feel like yes, I feel like more of a professional, right? And so it's just like looking back at those kids compared to like cats I have now and it's like, oh, we've been through this. Like I've been here, I know how this is gonna play
yeah.
out. Opposed to that first, it was like, oh, hey, did you say that? I don't know if I said that or not.
It's
Like,
funny you
and I'm
brought
like,
that
oh
up.
no.
It's. I remember. One of mine and Cleet's favorite coach we've ever worked for. Man, one of our
Mikey,
favorite Mikey,
Mikey
man.
L, Mikey
Mikey,
Lewis,
man, I love that dude. He was one of the greatest dudes that helped me become a better person.
old
You can
old
be
coach.
authentic. You can say things that makes it relatable to kids, but you first have to know. They have to know that you're coming from the right place and that you love them. That's one
Yeah,
thing I learned from Mikey.
that you're a special kind of stupid.
You don't got the attention span.
As long as you got attention span, as long as my pecker, and that's not very damn long. Told a bunch, told a bunch of junior high kids this. They got their attention. They
Me and
got their damn
Cleet were in
attention.
the front, and we
Oh
had to
my
get to the
gosh.
back as soon as possible.
Oh my gosh. You gotta be a special kind of stupid.
Special kind of stupid.
Oh man.
I still say that one. I said you. I say
Yes.
you're a special kind of dumb is what I say now. Especially he goes, you're gonna coach is next door to you. Don't you know that teacher's gonna go to that coach? That's a special kind of dumb. And they look at me like, yeah, I guess I am. I got it from the good old
The
shout out Mikey, man. Great dude.
yeah. But it was one of those classic old coach has been doing it forever. His filter is long gone,
Yeah.
and he just
Oh, it was
says what's on his
PG,
mind.
but not
It was
PC.
PG.
But it wasn't PC.
What is that?
PG, politically correct.
I
It
get
was
it.
PG, but it wasn't
I-
PC.
Yes,
Yeah.
but to like the coach that's on step 25, like man, hey, you can get these keys any day, my man. They
No,
awesome.
he
Hey,
wasn't. He
you can
wasn't
get
like
these
that.
keys.
No, he was never. He was never like that. We can say that. He was
Yeah.
always above and beyond, man. They would literally call him at 4:30 in the morning and ask him if he could drive a bus because a bus driver called in.
Mm-hmm. It
He
always, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, he's like, I got you. And then they asked him, hey, can you do a bus ride after school? the one you did this morning, and he said, yeah, I'll make it work. I'll have to figure out something out with the kids for practice. And he goes, I'll make it work. And teacher was out, needed to go to the bathroom or something. They go, coach, can you come watch my class for 20, 30 minutes? So I got to run an errand. Yeah, sure. I got you. Like, me and Hannah needed help with something in our house. I call him. He's like, yeah, give me 15 minutes. I'll come help you. Like, that's the type of dude he was, man. Like, and the kids knew that. Like, the kids saw this, and that's why he could say some of that stuff, and their eyeballs went, oh, he said that. Oh, he means that, and that's kind of like, be the coach you want to be as a kid, because that, to me, that still sticks out to this day, what he said.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but yeah, me and Cletus were young coaches then. Cletus was in the game longer than I was at that point. He was there for 4 years at that point.
Year 3.
Yeah, and I was first year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
First year. And I was like, man, this guy's saying stuff like that. And one thing I have taken from old coach is be authentic. You can always be authentic with who you are, know your why, and shout out to him. So what else, man? Be your light. Anyone else got a be the light moment before we go on about why we love the coach? Because we already know we could be here all night.
I really don't. No, not a be the light moment this week.
Come on, Cleet, be better, man.
Yeah.
Adam, what you got? You got any be the light moments? You've been working out like a son of a gun. Still got that catfish whispers.
Yeah, all I've been doing is working out. That's pretty much it. That's all I do.
Well, damn, Josh, you got one? Come on, man.
I don't got one this week. Sorry, fellas.
Not even like be the light moment. Like, we just hung out at the D.B.A.B. You don't have any interactions at those things.
Well, I wouldn't
I'd hate
say
to get
any
a
of
beer
those,
that weekend.
Oh man, that was our be the light right there. Was all the freebies we got, man. I would say that 85-90% of the consumption that occurred was all free. You know what I mean? So, you know what they say: if it's free, give me 3. So we definitely took
4,
that.
5. Hey, pass
We
that
definitely.
thing around, shawty.
Hey, pass that room card around. Let's go. Everybody going back up there.
Sorry, what are you saying? What's his name? Gary? Thanks, Gary.
Yeah.
We
I don't know.
appreciate
Like,
that.
obviously getting together. I've been looking forward towards the DFW clinic for a while. I just enjoy going. Every time I go, I get to meet new people, more people. I get to catch up with people I haven't seen in a while. We have great time. So, uh, the be the light for me is, just having those opportunities to go see people, to go meet people, to go network, talk a little ball,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So,
would say-
forward to doing it. Looking forward to doing it some more next month. So
I would say the be the light for that is some clinics you can go to and you get the ego in the room. You know what I'm talking about? Where they don't want to talk to you, this or that. I would say, yeah, but I would say the one we just went, there wasn't there. Like, you can literally go up to anyone and rub shoulders and talk to them and have conversations with them, and they'll sit down and talk with you. Like, I don't know how many times they're sitting there chatting, me and you, and I said, hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go say hi to him real fast. I said, I'll be back. I'm gonna come say hi to him real fast. And Cletus, all right. I got to shout out my boy here, all right. After I thought he couldn't get any more dumber after his interaction with the coach before, he came back and he totally redeemed himself. I am proud of our boy's interaction with the coach. He did a hell of a job, Cletus. You'd be proud. He didn't say, yeah, sure you heard a bunch of stories about me. He didn't say that this time. So you did a good job, Cletus.
Who's that?
I've grown up a little bit.
Curtin.
Oh.
Grown up a little bit. Got to know some other people, so it helps out a bit.
Yeah, Curtin did a good job, Cleet. You'd be proud of him, man. He didn't sound like a dumb as a doorknob conversation. He kept conversation going, and you could just fill it in. And most of the time, if you ever talk to Josh, it's hard to keep a conversation with him.
Sometimes.
Unless you know him.
Yeah, true.
If you know him, he'll talk your ear off. But if you don't
Yeah.
know him, he ain't gonna talk to you very long.
Like I'm the type of person that like when you meet me, like you need to be the type A person and I'll be the type B and figure it out. But then once we get to know each other, then like Jack said, then it's we can both be type A's. But like
Yeah.
I'm just too stupid in the head to like meet somebody for the first time and carry a conversation. I guess
You're
like
not.
carrying a conversation, breathing, walking, all that stuff. That's just all too hard, too much to do
It's
in
called.
one
It's called.
brainwave. So
It's called overthinking, Josh.
yeah. Oh, I overthink like a motherfucker. It's terrible. So I told Jack that today. I overthink like a motherfucker. So it's what's gonna kill me one day. So
You still have a.
I need
Did you overthink getting a doggy cage, baby cage for your dog?
nah, I got one. I got suppositions.
I need I think I'm gonna try to go to the DFW clinic next year.
Come on with it.
Have to. It's a must.
That
I
was the
mean,
best. That was
like,
fun.
think about this. Like, whether you get a hotel or you come stay, like Jack stays near, like it's like 45 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
I'll probably still be in the area. Like, but like really, like if Curtin like even came from Peaster, like it's really or like Weatherford, it's like it's just 45 minutes in the other direction, right? So I mean, there's definitely ways to make it happen.
Yeah.
I would definitely say like I mean, there's definitely some Be the Lights there. There's some for me. I mean, it's like soon as like if you see me interact, it's like I'm sitting at a table. Then again, like I get up and you're like, oh, like I'm talking to this person. Like Jack said, he was like, oh, Blake, like what are you doing? I was like, oh, I met that guy when I was at your place, right? Met him 5 years ago. I only talked to him once, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
carrying on these conversations but like it's like I've never met a stranger or whatever. And it's like, oh,
Yeah,
I
we
might
know.
not. I've never like yeah, like you want to take me home? Like I don't. So like there was some beautiful life there, but like okay, so obviously in my recent life, like I've made a habit of locking my keys in my house and not being able to get in, and so like definitely some be the lights are got some friends that I was like, hey man, you know if I can't get in my house, can I come stay? And so I broke into my own house twice now, and so it's fortunate, but
Twice, dude.
twice. And so, but I had a friend, obviously, friend on the pod was like, "Hey, like you good? Like you coming over?" And I was like, "Yeah, I broke in, man, but I appreciate it." Just like, I mean, obviously, a lot of people say that or whatever, but like you know, at 11
You gotta
o'clock
mean
at
it.
night, like you know, I think that's one of these TikTok things. Like, hey, you have some. You know, you have some 9 p.m. friends, and then you have like some 3 a.m. friends. Like, hey, you have some real ones in your life that, you know, when you call them, hey, whether it's, hey, I need to talk or I need to hide a body, like they're like, I'm down for whatever. Right. And so I appreciate having those
He's
people
right there.
in my life.
You have one right
Oh,
here too, man. I'm telling you, to this day, you could call him for any time of day and say, "Hey, I need you." He's like, "All right, give me 5 hours."
yep. I got it.
Like
This one, on the other hand, he's like, "Let me
I
clear
mean,
my
I can
schedule.
name
I'll
drop
be
a
there
bunch.
in 45."
yeah.
But this one, he's
Now,
like, "Whose car
Right.
are we taking?" That's clean.
yeah.
Just like you
I
three
I
over
will.
there.
Yeah.
If I call Cody Lynn Cobbs, like, I mean, he'll make it shake. Like, and we'll figure some stuff out. But shout out to Cobbs for being like, and Taylor for being like, yeah, Blaize, hey, if you need to come over, like,
Yeah.
come over. Like, and it was like 11 o'clock or whatever, and I'd already been asleep 2 hours. I just happened to wake up, and they were like, "Hey, are you good? Like, are you gonna be coming over?" And I was like, "I broke in. I'm fine. I wish I would have done that the first time. I really kind of probably need to see if I can get my deposit back. I don't think this home is secure. I keep breaking in it." So,
Hey, so the funniest part about this, right? Because he told me about the break-ins that he's done to his home place, right? Uh, is that the two break-ins? I think right have been two different methods, Brittany, right?
yes. So like the first time, it was like really like early morning or whatever. Right before morning workouts, morning 6 a.m. meeting, and it's like got to go pick up the cats, you know, so they can get to work with me. And it's like, I don't have time. What are we going to do? And so, first time I just kick in a door, bang, right? Grab my keys, like, I'll fix this later. And then, but now I'm not breaking anything else. Like, I'm gonna just try the card key method, which I thank my dad for that one. Like, we taught me some things, but that was one thing that stuck with me was, hey, if you need to open a door, take a credit card and it'll open up. And so I was like, there's no way that's gonna work on my door. But sure enough, I pow pow pow, and I was like, I wish I'd have thought about that the first time. But hey, kicking in that door, it was kind of therapeutic that day. So I mean, the $300 I'm gonna have to spend to fix that.
Still worth it.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Just to say I did, no, for sure. Because, if you've ever seen that episode of Shark Tank where the guy's like trying to sell him, like, oh, like your doors aren't secure, he couldn't kick in the door. Like, on like the first kick, you're like, oh, but then like you think about that and you're like, nah, that's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna have that story. Yo, that door flew open. I was like, yeah, it's good. Like, all right. But now I'm like, okay.
Knock on wood, because my dumb butt will do something like that.
I'm trying to tell you, I mean, I feel like we've all been like, you look at something and then you think you got it, and then all of a sudden you're like, where's that? Right? And you don't grab it or whatever. You're just like, you visually look at it and then you just keep on going on about whatever you were doing before that. And so, like, that's kind of been the case because I do try to put I'm a big person, like, if I put something somewhere, it doesn't matter what the clutter is around it, I can find it because I put it there. But if you move it 2 feet from that spot, it's lost forever. And I'll be like so frustrated and be like, it's lost. Like,
we know.
Like, it's right there.
We know, big guy. I remember Texas Live last year at the state.
Oh yeah,
2 years ago, the state championship game.
Yeah, no doubt.
I knew you had a screw loose in your head then, but come on, man.
I would recommend getting your deposit back though, because if you can break in, that means anybody can break in.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know hey,
that's true.
I don't feel safe here. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I think we need to get out of this lease.
Two instances to where somebody had broken in to my house. Luckily, I was here.
Lucky I was here.
I think the worst part too is like this guy has a deadbolt and he doesn't use the deadbolt at his house. He just uses the knob.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I did use one deadbolt. And I just kicked that one in. So
okay, well there you go. The deadbolts.
That's what I'm saying. Dead. You may as well try to get out of it now. This is unsafe living.
I don't feel good.
It's a good thing you kicked the door in because I was asleep.
Yeah, I was
he might have got away with everything.
I came in there and like I was like, hey,
good thing you have loud doors.
Yes. Like my 2 dogs that I'm supposed to have when I have this many, like, oh man. I'm so glad I feel so safe here. We gotta go. Sorry.
Wow.
But that was the be the light, right? To land the plane. That was the be the light.
He's like, to land the plane. He comes back and says, that loca land the plane. Well done, Benny.
Yeah, you gotta land the plane. Be the light. Yeah. Cody and Taylor were like, hey, are you good? Like, you have a place to sleep? Like, I was like, yeah, I broke in. I'm good. I appreciate you though.
Yeah, I broke in. Don't forget that. I broke in.
I broke in.
Someone broke in my house and I just opened the door.
Wow.
Somebody had already kicked it in and I just walked in. I got lucky this time.
They didn't steal the darndest thing. It was the darndest thing.
It was the radio still works. It was the darndest thing. Great movie, by the way, Joshua.
I will once. Let me go back and say one thing real quick on what.
Land the plane.
We're landing the plane. I'm about to take it back off, bring it right back down just for a little test drive here. But for the longest time, right, I always wanted to witness the downfall of Cletus, right? Because Tech has Cletus on this little pedestal above us all, right? Everybody knows.
As he should.
Since the beginning of this show, right? He's been on this pedestal, and I've always wanted to bring him down to our level, so we're all one. But the longer I've held this,
that's not the reason. It's your jealousy. It's all right there.
Yeah, whatever. However you want to phrase it.
Green's not a good look for you, Josh.
Golly.
Damn, son. There we go. Hey, Jack, what did I say earlier? If it was Benny Curtin, he would have been roasted. Anybody
Yep.
else? But
Okay,
but
good. Land the train. Land the
I'm
plane.
trying to land
Go
the
ahead,
plane.
land the plane, Josh. You
land the
done
plane,
started.
Josh. God
Oh
damn.
shit! What I was gonna say now is that I'm taking. I'm flustered now. God damn it! I'm all green and shit over here, motherfucker. Is that I used to be so like wanting to be there for it all, but now what I've truly realized is that uh, that will never happen because he's just a special person, and we all have our own lanes to fill within our friendship. So, Cletus, congratulations. I won't ever pray for your downfall again or
You're a
bring you back
liar.
to Arlington. Wow,
That
call
was
me
the
jealous
most
now.
jealous. That was the most jealous way of saying I'm
Right?
demising your
Fuck you.
downfall right now. Everybody has their lane
As
to
we
fill, and Cleat yours
as
isn't on top.
as we s- as we speak, as we speak, your downfall is being plotted right now.
There's only
Yeah.
But
one way for that
Watch,
to
watch
happen.
what I'm doing in this hand, and it's gonna be coming from.
There's only one way that'll happen for Cletus, and he knows what it is.
Yep. If I meet the Grizzly first.
If you meet the Grizzly first, and you're planning that, I know you are.
No.
it's gonna be Josh's gonna show up to Love going, "Hey,
Hey, look,
where's she
random.
at?"
Look,
Where's she at? Where's
random.
the left?
Look at this. Look at this. Would you look at this? Out of the blue. Just look at this. Look at this. We just happen to run into each other. Yeah, just look at this. Look at this. Oh, camera's out. Oh, FaceTime the
Hold
Jack.
on,
Oh, just look at
can I
this.
get a real picture real quick?
Yeah.
Can I
Look at
grab a
this.
picture
Oh,
real
look at
quick?
this.
I think this was an accident.
Oh, would you look at this? Out of all days, all times, we just happen to be here. Oh, would you look at this?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
He probably has Life 360 on you, Cleet.
Probably does, little weirdo.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. It sounds like we need to put Life 360 on Benny.
Damn ball bearing.
Yeah.
Shit.
Wow. Yeah, Benny definitely need it. We need to know like if it's
Benny
truly
needs
him
air
breaking in
tag.
or
That's what
somebody
he
else.
needs. That boy need air tag
He needs an
for
air
them
tag.
keys.
But he don't need air tag, dude.
He needs an air
He
tag
needs
for his ear.
he
and
needs
his
one of those
keys.
like numbers to like type
He
in
needs
to
one of those.
unlock the door.
He needs one of
Yes.
those things you put your
Yes.
keys on that you just zip it
Yes.
out. He's like zip, zip, like that.
And it has to stay on him at all times.
Yes.
All times. You can't take it off.
Be like
Shower.
Paul Blart
My-
with his little.
My
little
whole question
dirty
is, does he not do the phone wallet keys check before he walks out the house? I feel like every guy does that. Does he not fall into that category?
Apparently not.
Apparently not, dude.
Like the phone wallet keys, everybody touch all their sides. Like, hey, phone wallet keys before you walk out the door. Doesn't everybody do that?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Right pocket, left pocket,
That's
back
what I'm
pocket.
saying.
No.
If something's
Or
in one
right
of, if
pocket.
something in them, we're good to go.
What'd you say, Josh?
Right pocket, left pocket, front.
You don't carry a back pocket, you weirdo?
No, it's in my phone.
Are you a fucking child?
His wallet is his phone.
Wallet's
Oh, his wallet's his fault. Okay, my fault. I'm like, what the hell? What
No,
kind
you're.
of?
It's not your. No, you meant that. You meant all that.
You're right. I did mean to call you a
So,
child.
but what if you lose? What if your phone dies and you lose your phone?
Yeah, you're screwed.
Well, it's a wallet on the back. But if I lose my phone, then yeah, I'm fucked. But
Well, yeah, Mr. Lake.
That is
Speaking of, are we
definitely
going to the lake
that is
this
definitely
summer?
a child's way to control your phone and wallet.
That is a child.
convenient.
Damn.
Convenient. We're all about convenience, huh?
You can call it convenience, or we can just call you a
One less
child.
thing to worry about.
Child.
I guess that's why you stopped
No,
combing your hair.
let me tell you.
You
right,
probably take all your veggies off your burger too. You
Let me-
freaking.
Oh, he
Let me
doesn't
know.
eat veggies, Cleet. You know
I don't
this.
eat-
He eats his French fries with the fork.
Oh, this guy.
Sometimes. What's up? What's up, Joshua?
What'd you get?
Oh,
What's
I
up,
was going to
man?
say a story. Like one of the reasons why I kind of went to condensing everything into one because there was one time when I was in Lubbock, and this was I used to live when I used to live out in Smyre. Drove into Lubbock to meet up with friends. Okay, and it was like a normal spot we went to. Go up, and this one night they happened to be carding. Okay, to get in. For whatever reason, they were carding people and stuff. So, unbeknownst to me at that time, I had my phone, keys, wallet, right, all separated. Walk up to the door. Oh crap! Don't have my wallet. Let me walk back to the car to get it. Okay. Check the car. It's not in the car. Fuck. Left it at home. Okay. I'm like, all right, I'll be right back. Drove all the way home. Searched the house. Nothing. And this is like 30, 30, 35-minute car ride, right? Check the house. Nothing. So I'm like, fuck, I lost my wallet. Go back to get in the car. It's sitting in the driver's seat the entire time.
Honestly, that's kind of a moronic.
Moronic. It's a
But
big word.
that's the story of my life.
Why
so
did you not check the seat?
Never I guess I didn't see it the first time through, or it was like stuck in there or something. But
So in other
So
words, this guy's
your
probably
first
listening.
plan was to drive 30 minutes back out of your way when you could have just checked the seat.
yeah, but it never crossed my mind to check the seat.
What? How he says it makes you feel like more of an idiot, doesn't it?
I know. Tell me about it.
And then you drove 30 minutes back.
Yep.
Was it worth
Gotta
Your
get
it?
friends
laugh.
were done, and his friends left. Probably.
Yeah, they were still there. We laughed about it, had drink, got hammered, great time.
Well,
Interesting.
Adam, you can't really say much, man. You try to go mudding in a Mustang.
Yeah, I'm not saying, but I have never had a situation where if I left my wallet and I found it in my seat, I probably just wouldn't have gone back.
No, that's true. Or try to clean the mud in your own driveway.
Hey, it happens.
Hey, sometimes we make decisions that aren't the best, man. We live and we learn.
That was funny.
Anyway,
Jack, help me, man. There's mud on the car. I said, why are you washing it here?
why are you bringing the crime scene here? Good times, right? I'm sure it's great times for y'all.
I just got home from the drive-in. I was dead tired, and this man comes up in a Mustang covered in mud.
I'll tell you, you didn't help me.
Yeah, I did help you because I was like, I'm
No,
not
you
going to put
didn't.
my head.
Why are you lying?
I said
didn't
I
help
wasn't
me?
going to help you because
Yeah,
that was
see?
Dad's baby. We would have I would have died.
That's good.
One of the many stories of Adam trying to get Big Brother in trouble. I still, bull. He would have yelled at me. You know dang well he would have yelled at me. Why'd you let him go mudding in the first place? You should have let him drive. Anyway, here's a story for you, Cleet. All right, my dad's a character, right? I'm sure you've met him.
No, I actually haven't.
Okay.
I've never met Papa Garcia.
Anyway, here's a story for you. This it'll crack you up. So me and Adam, being older, he comes. I guess he came. This was before he went to college, and this is when I was almost in first or second year into college. Well, we had people come over and we start having a good time. We drink some drinks, right? And one of his buddies gets drunk, right? Falls over, hammered drunk, right? He ends up staying outside in our little man cave we had going on outside. Well, our dad, being a character, plays Selena as loud as he can. It was a good time. Like we probably didn't go to bed till 4 or 5. Kid you not, our dad comes in blaring Selena at 6:30 in the morning, and he goes,
Which one? Yeah, that one.
I don't remember.
Bitty bitty bum bum.
Probably something. He's getting up. He's like, he has a drill in one hand, a hammer in the other hand, and a trash bag wrapped around his leg. And he goes, let's go clean. We got crap to do. Vamos. I'm like, Pops, it's 6 a.m. He's like, I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night, dumbasses. I know what y'all did last night. Let's go. We got time. We got work to do. Teach us a lesson, right? So he's like, blaring Selena, we're out. Me and Adam are both like on the wall like this. He's like, come on, pick it up. Let's go. Tear things down. Break walls. Like I'm telling you, to this day, I still remember the story of being hungover and drunk, cleaning out a shed with my dad
Tearing
just
down
sitting
a
there
shed.
laughing his ass off.
I swear to God, it was the strongest shed on the planet. That thing could have withstood Hurricane Katrina that day.
Yeah,
That was the most
awful.
miserable day ever. I think I probably yacked 3
Your
times.
dad,
And all he
your
told me to
dad's
do, all he
wearing
gave me was a
Selena.
broom and told me to clean it up or get the water hose.
He's dying laughing, like dying every time we like. He's like, dumbass.
Like when you see cartoons sitting in the chair, like drinking a margarita, that's what it felt like.
Yeah, that's
Just watching our demise.
And he's playing Selena going,
oh
bitty
my
bitty
god.
bum bum.
Remember this to this day.
The evilest laugh you could imagine. It was haunts me to this day.
I'm
And
glad
every day I set my alarm after drinking just to make sure that he's not going to be there.
That's true. You like, I kid you not, Josh.
You want to play, you got to pay.
Yeah. Bzz, bzz.
Yeah, I can
Hammer,
imagine.
trash bag. It was sick. I don't know. It could have been later than or like 7, but it felt like 6 8.
I think that we had
Probably-
just. I think that we had just laid down. If I'm being honest,
I'm about to
we
say,
probably
it
just
probably
laid down.
felt- It probably felt like just lay down, just close your eyes, like after a good night, and then boom, like
And the funny thing is, we asked him. I was like, "Pops, what do we have planned Saturday?" And he's like, "Nothing, nothing."
Oh, he went after
can
your
almost-
demise. That's why.
He's like, got him.
I
Get
can
this.
almost guarantee you, he's waiting for y'all's ass to go to bed. Then he goes, okay.
Let's go.
Oh, I promise you, he was already awake. We probably didn't even notice him. He was probably already sitting in his chair with the drill and the hammer, and we didn't even notice him.
he was sitting outside in the truck, just ready to go.
Yeah, man, that's a TV show that's waiting to happen, and me and Adam got to witness it. It was, oh my gosh, that's just one of the many stories that we can tell. And how about we had to wire the man cave with their Uncle Billy?
Oh
I
God!
remember that.
Or clean
We
up
had
the
to do all the
tumbleweeds that were taller than both of us stacked together.
Yes.
He was telling us
And
to
he-
jump in them. That's the way to break them down.
Yeah.
Y'all do it?
Yeah,
No,
we
we
did.
I tried it
Yes.
once, and then I realized. I tried it
did.
once, and then I
Yes, he
realized.
did.
I tried it
this
once
hurt-
and realized
this
that
hurts.
wasn't the way. Yeah, basically, I was like, "Yeah, this hurts."
Burn him.
Burn them. Yes, he was. That's not how you do it, stupid. You burn them. It's like you told me to jump on them.
You told me.
Yes, that's so.
Oh, that's
We
awesome.
need to put you in an air tag, Benny, and have you. I know what I'm gonna buy you one of those key rings that, and you can't take it off.
Oh
You
no!
keep it-
I mean, I definitely have one of those things now, but it didn't.
No, you have to. I'll just have you wear it like a necklace.
I don't even wear my whistle like that.
You're gonna need to
So-
if you're gonna keep locking yourself out of houses.
So, walk me through your routine in the morning. Do you not do the phone, wallet, keys check before you walk out the door?
So here lately, I mean, things have kind of been, but yes, normally it's like phone. I actually leave my wallet in an area that is secure, but I don't have to necessarily grab that. But like it's phone, and then the keys are like near the door or whatever. But like also we have the dogs, so like the routine is to let the dogs kind of do their thing, right? Because they might be in the house all day, so like they'll let them do their thing or whatever, and then like put them up. All right, cool. Then by then I'm already dressed. I probably have my keys on me, so I've grabbed them off. All right, and then I walk out the door. Well, instead of grabbing them, I looked at them, and I was like, all right, cool. That's where my keys are. Well, then I looked at them again, and it was like I thought osmosis was gonna happen. So I walked out the door and was like, I just left my fucking keys there. But I've already locked all the doors. I've locked the back door just to make sure no one broke in, and then I locked the front door.
Except you.
Man, fuck.
I'm the only motherfucker that breaks into this house.
If somebody kicking this door down, his name is Benny.
And so yeah, so
Whose
then,
house? Benny's
yeah,
house.
like my mind was just kind of scattered. But then, so like okay, like the day that we were going to the DFW clinic, took a half day. Was like, all right, I'm gonna run in the house real quick. So I left my car key in the car, and I left the car running, and then I ran in the house or whatever. I unlocked the door, but then so that's outside of my routine or whatever, right? It's just like a one-off. So I'm taking off my school pants, right? Going to put on like what I'm gonna wear to the always wear slacks the first day of a clinic, wearing slacks and yada yada yada, get all dressed up or whatever. I leave my keys on the nightstand. Hey, he's educated now, professional, right? So now I'm like yada yada yada. I'm like, boom, all right, ready to go. I locked it. I walk out the house, lock the door, and I go, I lock my keys in the house again. All right, bet. Hey, as long as I got my car keys, I'm ready to go. I can always come back to this, right? So I go and whatnot. And like this time I'm like, shit, hey, we'll cross that bridge when we got to get there. Well, when it's time to cross that bridge, I was like, I'm not breaking something else, right? I'm like, we're just going to try this just to see if it happens. If not, I've already talked to Cobbs to see, like, at least I'm not sleeping in my car or whatever. I've had to do that. That's not extremely fun. So, like, I mean, it worked how it worked, right? I mean, but yeah,
Wow.
I've tried to slow down a little bit and be a little bit more conscious of what I'm doing.
I see the problem there, Benny. You mentally check the box when you saw
Yes,
the keys. Mentally, you
yes,
go, "Okay, keys, got it."
yes. Mentally, again,
In the
I learned
car,
from that.
keys. Don't got him.
Yeah, and
Reality.
that
Keys, don't got 'em.
that morning it was like because again, if I would have had the car keys, it'd been fine. It'd have been like, you know, it would have been fine. It'd be like, oh, hey, school keys, whatever. I'll figure that out, right? Go call the SRO, whatever. But it was like car keys, school keys, all the keys are locked in the house. It was like, no, this ain't gonna go, right? I'm not like we're not calling Uber for this, right? It's like, and I'm not taking I'm not taking a full day to be like, you know what? Hey, I lock my keys in the house. Like, I mean, it's not my day. It was like people are depending for rides. Like, hey, it was a door. I made a choice. Hey, knock down doors.
Costly tours.
Oh yeah, like I mean, yeah. This next time when I want to go like do something fun or whatever, I'm like, well, what was fun this month? It was a door. Like I paid for a door instead of getting to go do something fun or eat something somewhere I want to eat. I'll just be like, ah! House gets broken into. I'm dead, boys.
Land this
I'm
plane.
dead.
Land
I'll
this
talk to you
plane.
later. I'll talk to you later. All right.
What?
Fuck. Hold on. Oh, I just
What
broke the
just-
chair.
I hear somebody else.
Oh,
Yes. Oh, fucking shit.
I was trying to figure out what the hell just happened.
What happened?
So I fell through the chair. Kayla walked in the house, and I guess I was thinking she's gonna get here later or whatever. And so I see this shadow. We're talking about breaking down doors and shit, and I was like, so America, look at this. So yeah, well that's done. I used to like that chair too. That shit hurt so bad.
not no more.
Not anymore.
No.
You're fucking right.
Oh, I can't wait to go back and watch this part and just watch
Oh,
that
my fucking
motherfucker
God.
go like, wow.
Oh, America.
God.
Well, boys, I'm gonna have to bid you a farewell on that one. My fucking back is aching.
Oh,
Yeah.
see ya, Benny.
Later.
Shit.
Later.
Oh.
They ain't coming back from that one.
And hell no, I'm not.
Hey, good call. Go out on a high note. Let's go. Oh,
Still better.
my God.
I was like, what just happened? Land the plane, baby. Land the plane.
Well, like he was talking about like breaking in, and then he was like, "Oh, like this," and I was like, "Oh my god, what happened?" Like I didn't know if he was kidding or whatever.
For
That's
for
great.
the guys that listen, right? We just had a fun interaction on our call here. Benny had a guest come in his house, scare him, broke his chair, fell out of his chair.
Earth back.
Only thing we saw was what was that old strunkism? Feet over ass. What did he say all the time?
Uh,
Anyway, Benny flew over it. We saw his feet in the air, and he fell over and hurt his back. And then he gets up and goes, "Speaking of breaking in the house," and then he told us what happened.
yes, what great timing. That's such great timing. Couldn't
Great
write
time.
it up any better than that. So, but
Lead it up
anyway,
to the sunset. Well,
what's
what else?
kind of
What? It's perfect.
that's
That's a perfect segue to perfect
Yeah,
that's
to
segue
end
to
this.
end
just.
this
I'm about
show.
to say just end it because like whatever we talk about afterwards, it's not gonna be anywhere as good as like what just
What?
happened. What a great way
100%.
to.
Always
We're
check
just.
your phone, wallet, keys.
Oh yeah, always check your phone wallet. That's why I'm gonna name this title: phone wallet keys.
Phone,
Uh,
wallet, keys, or phone keys if you're Josh.
it's true.
Pat, pat, pat.
Pat.
That's just fun. That's we're gonna boys. We're just gonna end it right there. Like we just said, the scream, the visual. It's still on my head. Uh, him popping back up, realizing
If
there's
you
pop
could
his
like get
chair.
better like snip in and all this, that'd be like a good snip, and then tweet.
Oh my god.
That
Benny,
would that would be a TikTok micro content.
Oh, that would be a perfect GIF. If we could have
Jif like
sound,
the Jif like the peanut butter.
GIF,
yeah,
whatever it's
whatever,
called,
yeah,
whatever it's called. Anyway,
that's what
Micro
football's
anyway,
about, man. You know what I'm talking
micro
about.
content.
Make it with sound. That'd be great.
oh no,
Just
no,
just to talk about it again, he must have folded in the chair because notice he only broke the bottom seat. So this
yeah.
big ass dude folded in the chair as he went down.
Oh.
And so this boy's like a parachute in this
Oh,
thing.
shit.
This boy like a parachute
Oh,
in this
I
thing
was
just
wondering why it took so long for him to get up.
yeah. But it's not the first
Oh,
time. It's not the first time that he's fallen out of his chair with
No,
us. Oh my gosh, that's great.
that's awesome.
That's
this,
great. Uh,
this poor man. Well, thanks for checking out the DBAB podcast. It's been me, Joshua, Cletus, Adam, and of course, Phone Wallet
Benny.
Keys, Benny Blaize himself. Hope you go find our podcast anywhere you go find podcasts, X, YouTube, Google, what is it? YouTube,
Apple.
Apple, Spotify, wherever you find you podcasts, go listen to us. It's been a pleasure hanging with you guys. We love you. Don't forget to always be the light.